I got my toes in the sand watching hoes play volleyball. It's summertime and I'm feeling jolly, y'all. Food on the fire, boats in the water and taking time.
Insane Clown Posse is currently hosting their annual Gathering of the Juggalos, but it's the first festival since the FBI classified them as a gang organization last year. The gathering could be trouble not only for fans, but for the U.S. Constitution. The FBI last year put out their federal gang assessment report and had them as a non-traditional gang on the level of the Latin Kings. The report said that they're rapidly expanding and that they engage in criminal activity and violence. While some Bible Belt people may take the threat seriously, most in mainstream society chuckle at the notion, and the group said that for the Juggalos themselves, it's no laughing matter and it's a legal and safety issue. Shaggy 2 Dope said that he thinks the whole thing is funny and they're obviously not a real gang.
It's just like whatever. I think it's actually kind of funny. You know, a lot of Juggalos come up to us and they're like, what do you think about like the whole gang with the FBI? And I always say this. I said this so many times. I'll be like, look, man, are you in a gang? They'll be like, no, I'm not. I'm like, there's your answer. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not a gang.
I think it's
a more of a unity type thing than a gang. You know what I'm saying? There are factions where there is like kids that make it into a gang, but as a whole, it's not like MS-13 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just ruthless, violent, kill you thugs. You know what I'm saying?
Violent J, however, sees the more serious side and the repercussions the classification has for their fans, both from the law and from other gangs.
It's a fucking insane fucking crime, man.
To the point like where if you got a tattoo, police will with you, or if you wear one of our shirts that has no violence on it or nothing, you know what I'm saying, you get kicked out of school. It's stupid.
You might go to see your PO officer with a fucking hatchet man hat on and all of a sudden violate? What the man? That's a fucking insane to say our fans are a gang officially.
And you know what?
FBI?
And the FBI makes that 10 times worse and dangerous for Juggalos, because what happens, you know, MS-13, I keep using them for example because they're huge and everywhere, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if they run into a Juggalo and they're like, oh, that's a gang guy, they're going to that kid up, you know what I'm saying? With like no regrets. And that's crazy to me, like putting kids in danger like that and labeling that when you got real motherfuckers out there that'll murder a motherfucker over some shit like that.
That's the coldest, wickedest thing to ever happen to anybody.
He said that if this classification was to be enforced, it would shut down life as ICP and Juggalos know it.
I think it's a public lynching on Insane Clown Posse, Psychopathic Records, and most of all important, the Juggalos. It's a crime, man. That means our concerts are now gang rallies. That means our merchandise that we sell is now gang apparel. How could they do that to us, man? How dare they do that to our you know, we got 35 employees that maybe started off as young teenagers, but now they got families and, you know what I'm saying, they work, they support their family for the past 20 years working at Psychopathic, and now they put all of that in jeopardy. But more than that, more than what Psychopathic's going through, just to bump our shit, you're now officially named
a criminal
gang, a gang member by the FBI.
Unfortunately, the feds are taking the threat seriously, and law enforcement officials in at least 21 states have identified criminal Juggalo subsets, according to the NGIC. Next, KISS might have to watch out. The KISS Army might be on the list for sedition.